What was that blue thing? Alright, greetings. Thank you for joining us. Alright, just make sure we're on. Excuse me. Thank you for joining us. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. It's going to be probably a short segment. I've been kind of rolling it out. Saturday I was on the road for like forever just to do a stupid video. Hopefully it'll be useful in the future. That'll be a while before that. It's a Christmas video, sort of. Alright, anyway, I don't know if they're going to kick me out of the parks eventually, because every time I go to Disney I say CIA. So maybe they, I don't know. I don't get enough attention from like here right now. Alright, so thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Today in our book club section is this has got to be the creepiest one of them all. This, I can't pronounce his name. It's Zygmunt Berninski. I mentioned him before. And let me tell you, I had it for a while to open it up. I feel just creepiness all through this. I mean, I thought this guy was bad. This is not great. And even, this is my Illuminati book club, if you're wondering. Not great either. Bad dude. Still alive. This guy's dead. That one's dead. But let me tell you, it just gives me the creeps. I was not expecting that. I haven't really looked through it, but just holding this and I just get not good vibes. So I want to say, like, this guy's like one of the founders of the modern Illuminati, always involved with it. I know that you know, this guy here, it's part of the old guard. I'll say this guy's more of the new guard. Of course, they're both dead. They're around the same time. But we're running under a lot of his stuff right now. Obviously, of course, we're doing around this anyway. But this one's creepy. God, just not good vibrations. Oh, good. Chapter called The Black Hole. That makes me feel a lot better. So, I don't have enough time to read this stuff right now. My brain is on overdrive half the time. I can't read through it tomorrow. And top it off, you know, we got the creature. Had to show that. Then again, all these are creatures in their own right. Henry Kissinger, yeah, not the greatest person in the world, but nowhere near as bad as this other guy. So he ran in throughout the. Of course, this has nothing to do with the title of this thing, doesn't it? At least the title of this video. But this guy's pretty bad news, definitely. I just said the other ones are any princes, but this is shadow government. It just, and he was in I forgot, an advisor to Obama, something around those lines. I forgot. I have to look it up again, but yeah. Well, this one was I believe Secretary of State of Nixon. I know some things, but that is pretty. I don't want to know. This is too creepy. I don't want to go into that anymore. I'm trying to unpossess myself right at the moment. Yeah, it's dirty laundry there. So, alright, for tonight's broadcast, well, yeah, it's, the fish people are, in ancient times, Asian people, mostly China, those people were living underwater, basically. So for those of you that are normal out there, I'm sorry. For those of you that know what's going on in the reality, though, is nothing is what it seems. Merry Christmas. For those that are normal, God help them all. Jeez. Well, it must be nice being a robotic human, part of the Matrix, obviously, and being a slave of the Matrix. But for those that want to unlock the Matrix, just gave you a very big piece This channel message, now, no ego involved. This is, you know, I don't know why it sounded all weird, but anyway. We found a bit, let's say it was, we found a big piece of our matrix puzzle. Let's put it that way. I don't know how, this is like, I know it sounds weird, but then again, you look at Chinese people or Asian people, but I believe mostly Chinese, but anyway. A lot of them do got kind of that fish look to them when you really think about it. So that a lot of Arcturian looks to them. Zeta energies are all over that too. And yeah, they used to live under the oceans, and how they came out of it, you know, they're not really giving me a whole lot of detail on that, but eventually they became land lovers, as you can see. But once again, how you look at it, notice how the dragon's part of the Chinese religion. That was to help them become more land dwellers in a positive way. I don't think it was a negative. And then you can say they originated in the sea, which is now, were they mer people? Some of them were. Now, where did they come from? Arcturian worlds, everywhere, weird places, Alpha Centauri, just everywhere. Notice how there's a lot of different types of fish out there. Well, some of them are people, and of course they took on the human form. A lot of fish people, and they're still out there, I believe so. Of course, not in our dimension. So, are they called mer people? No. These are, I don't know what you want to call them. Call them whatever you want. But when you look at the Asian people and you see a fish energy, yeah, kind of makes sense, doesn't it? It's like, where do these people come from? Who are these people? So the dragon people, or reptilian people, help them become more humanoid. And you can say they wanted to be involved with it because it was something different. They come from other realities, other dimensions. I know your popular crowds out there, the normal people. I don't know why they find that life so amusing, but either way, all this type of information, call it, this is part of your part of graduation into the higher dimensions. It might be out there, but then again, so those that don't really want to be involved with this, that's fine. You can stay at the grade that you're at. But many want to graduate and do more with their lives. And, you know, having an open mind can definitely help. I mean, you might not always have your senses completely open to everything, but over time things will, you know, the crown chakra will open up and you'll receive more. But the fish people here are, or the Asian people, and they're now, not all Asians are from the sea. Some are, yeah, I was going to call it ocean people. That's what I was going to title this. I can't remember what I was going to title this. But not all of them are from the ocean. Some of them are from the queer, was it the freshwater, such as some are frog people, which is pretty obvious when you look at them. So some are amphibians. So you have fish and you got your amphibians. So Asian cultures come from those realities, and amphibian is very much an Alpha Centauri connection. So how you decipher that one is up to you. Now, say like Japan is a little bit of mixture of man and Nordic, and you know, it's a little bit more mixture into the human, but the Chinese are not. It was mostly from, you know, some of them are, but as you become more white-skinned, or the darker, basically your Chinese mainland people are your fish people, basically. Japan is from other walks of life mixed in with them. from the land lovers, land dwellers, whatever you want to call them. And your Indians, nothing's come through on them quite yet, but eventually it will. So, so the origins of now, where do they come from? Like, where do they come from? Like, why? Or, well, I mean, our world is like a buffet. It's like open to other places that want to experience this with us. Realize this is ancient times. Modern times, another story. It's kind of like modern times. It's kind of like when we went down the third dimension, we really shut off the universe in a lot of ways. Well, yes and no. And it made it a little bit more interesting. It's like, okay, how are these people going to interact with each other now? But then nobody remembers nothing. They just are humans, they're trying to survive, or this or that. And, you know, you got this crazy ass religions. All of them are mostly nuts. It's like most of them are alien, basically. So it's like, how, you know, now can you guys make this work, basically? And obviously, yes and no. It's still being debated now. But as we unravel our realities, more truths are going to come through. And, you know, some people are here to unlock these truths. For us to find our alien salvation. To you know, heal the dark side of the universe that's connected to us right now. So yeah, it's a kind of a weird sensation. I'll bring somebody in for some of this. I'm not sure how much I'm going to go into it, but we are definitely going into you know, new times of looking at humanity. Like I was feeling a lot of Atlanteans looked like feline people in the past. I believe a lot of Atlanteans were like Star Wars. A whole bunch of humanoid weirdness everywhere. I mean, there's different versions of human here all over the place. So, and over time it kind of refined it to what we are currently. And very controversial. A lot of wars broke out. A lot of beings didn't like that decision, you can say. And we're kind of still paying for it when you think about it. Well, I don't know. We're still a slave society, aren't we? We're paying for our, you know, the consciousness shows on this too. Well, most of it at least. Or we would not look like this right now. 5 fingers, 5 toes, you know, different, you know, etc., etc. So yeah, so if you want some weirdness to get you through the holidays, this is hopefully this will get you through the week. So well, whoops, I'm a little bit ahead of myself here. Okay, for those who are still here, I'm not completely turned off by all this. As avatar.com, I have private sessions throughout the week. This is it, whatever this is, the calendar. We also have Warren Had a channel, so it can be bizarre also. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. Now I realize when information like this comes through, it's a little bit hard to digest, but then it all makes sense. I'm out 7 days for delivery, 7 days delivery for here also. Have other channels and viewers I do recommend. As for here, we also have other, what is the social network, and the rabbit, oh I forgot, more into rabbit later. So yeah. Shit. Let's see. The Asian people are canine beings too. Like I said, it's a mixture, cat beings. A lot of Asians are very connected to the canines, which makes a lot of sense. I want to say India is being a little bit quiet on where the foundations of all that comes from for right now. Over time, we'll see where that, if any of that comes through. Sometimes I like to keep a secret. It feels like a lot of them do come from like a descendant of Asia thing. Aren't they known as Asian in some ways? Maybe not. But either way, Um, we're all connected to each other in the long run. So yeah, it's gonna get more bizarre. I'm welcoming it. Anything's better than this. It's like, jeez, being a slave human. Because it's funny, because right after Christmas, right after it, I don't know if they give you like a week, but in the retail stores like Target, Walmart's, whatever's, you're gonna see Valentine's Day shit everywhere. It's so fucking disgusting. It's like, this is definitely we can definitely upgrade from this, you know. I mean, you can only go up from here, right? It's like, this just, what is this place? It's like the shallow dimension. What is this place? So, alright, I'll bring in somebody of some kind of about the fish people or anything. We'll see what we get. So, alright, much love, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. This is I am with the Arcturians. Greetings to your society. Yes, as you're putting the pieces together of your culture, your societies, you realize you are expanding out to other worlds. Meaning you can go to Asia and feel like there's another world connected to your Asia. And technically when you look at it, you can kind of see the different cultures. So you're parallel worlds, but more than just parallel Earths. There are other worlds that are not Earth-like that are connected to your planet. So think of it as contributions to your society as you grow. As many Arcturians, Zetas want to live through this human experience, and to do so is to yes, the fish people, ocean beings, yes, wanted to be incarnated as human. So there are different ideas of what they look like. They weren't all humanoid looking in the beginning, but many of them incarnated. And many of them, yes, were given legs and arms and basically genetically modified in your early stages of your planet. So yes, your Frankenstein beings were Atlantean experiments. You can say the Asian department was involved with that. As you are many different species, your Africa is more of your Palladian vibrations, at least in your black regions, where actually those are your blue people, your blue Palladian beings. And as you open up more of your planet to know more of your Indian descendants, your Indians are, yes, another version in India are, yes, from your Atlantean roots also. Meaning they are another version of Atlantean that did survive many Atlantean wars in your past. So your human form, yes, has been formed, destroyed, put back together. It wasn't always the main foundation. So your ancient American Indians did not always look like that. Your ancient Indians from India did not always look like that. Over time, they forged changes their looks and appearances to what they are today, to basically become more familiar, you know, if they were completely different, they won't be able to live within your society. So they had to change their appearance so they can live among everyone. So that was done welcomely. It was not forced. It was a welcomed energy as your human form became the complete foundation that was correct for your society to grow. As yes, it was a perfect vessel. Not the easiest one, as you can see. It was not an easy... Nothing was easy in your past. Well, there were easy paths, But well, yes, there were good times, but a lot of that was neglected, and now you have this modern reality. The reason, yes, it is shut down from spirit isn't to heal a lot of faults, because you had connections to spirit and your higher energies, and you still made the same mistakes. So disconnecting from it, many of you are actually solving those mistakes. Not everyone. Many are still doing the same mistake over and over and over again. But many of you have healed those. Many have not. They have come here, learn what they need to do, and leave. And now they are assisting your planet at this time. Your galactic federations or humans are incarnated in your planet in your past. Many of those that are assisting your planet in its ascension are your ancient ones that have come back to assist, even in your physical and your spiritual, at least your alien spiritual, in your fourth dimension spiritual, basically. Who is the best to know about how your world acts is those that were involved with your ancient world. And your ancient human, ancient Atlantean, ancient human, as you evolve into this certain situation. Now, yes, the human has come into a roadblock of where to go. Many don't see the future very clear. The idea is because you're healing what you have. You're transitioning from human to galactic human. Not an easy transition, as some of you see. Some of you very much welcome it and like to speed things up. You realize that. And some of that's actually working in some areas, not entirely for everyone, but you are shifting to a new reality slowly. As basically you're letting go of this old human thought pattern, which is not easy to let go of, but many of you are continuing to. You're going to assist others to see things differently. As basically the old world, your 1950s, yes, reality is coming to a close. In the new beginnings, it's not always going to be seen with celebration and love. Usually your planet, from your ancient times, even your recent times, anything new is usually just, yes, we probably should not go in that direction. Let's stick to the old way we do things, even if it does not work very well. We're used to the old ways. But you are getting an upgrade. Many of you are of your alien powers, though some of you will see a change and a soul adjustment in your coming years. As basically those things that you wish to connect with, you finally can. So many of you are seeing your future timelines, but not exactly be able to grip it just yet. But eventually be able to activate those timelines where your powers you will be ready to receive more downloads, be able to use your Atlantean powers over time, where that's giving you any hopes of where things are going, but some of you know that your power will activate. You just know. To give yourself a few years, I'll be able to telepathically connect to anyone. So some of you already know you have the ability, just feel a blockage. It's there for many reasons. Many of your society citizens are not ready for it, as you can see. Well, the old programming of your society is not something you just easily close out. You slowly let it heal. And eventually, you people that are of the galactic communities become more the majority. But you're having difficulties accepting that. Because this is on an individual basis. This isn't all just getting a group and we just all heal the planet. Individually, you are healing the planet on your own terms and what you're comfortable with. You're just letting yourself discover your galactic connections over time. You'll know this. You're getting more powerful as we speak, as I am speaking, as you're all speaking to each other. But yes, there is blockages for many reasons, because the world is not ready for your power yet. Many of you are ready for their power, but the world isn't ready for it yet. As many of you know that you have the abilities to connect to mountains, to make them move, to make them appear, disappear, dimensions open up. You have these abilities. It just eventually those times will come through. Many are having problems understanding these things in your society, at least for right now. As yes, this is medicine from the higher dimensions, basically. As many of you that are connected to galactic energies will be able to prove yourselves in due time. if you wish to show this is real. This isn't just a talk, a galactic channeling talk of nonsense. Far from it. This is, many of you know who you are and your abilities that you're capable of. It's just time is not right. But you know you have the capabilities. Why? Because you've done this in many incarnations before, and you can feel them. You can feel that vibration go through you. As time will tell, you will be able to show what is needed to be seen. Because your planet, yes, will allow, your Mother Earth will allow, because even your Mother Earth's kind of like, not yet. We know you have good intentions, but it's not time yet. She gives many of you a hug, too. As most of your society doesn't even recognize Mother Earth for what she truly is, her spiritual self. She's a grandmother, a girlfriend, a wife, a energy of love that you will all see over time. Because she's assisting all communications with your planet. All of them. So removing entities that are causing difficulty is still needed, as you can see. Because it keeps their society functioning. They're used to it. For now, at least. So, blessings to you. Much love. Greetings to you. This is Prime Career. Much love to your society. Yes, you are in an era of new awakenings. A new era of human ideas, timelines. Timelines that have been frozen in time, actually. Because many of you do see the future, but realize it's not time yet, but you are slowly activating those timelines for interaction. You are seeing it through technology, but eventually you'll see it through society as society evolves out of the old thinking patterns. Now, it's not always a negative being that is keeping society closed in. It has a lot to do with just people aren't ready to let go of the manipulators around them, the boogeyman, whatever it might be, the fear-mongering. So near that fear-mongering as a coat, a blanket, because they feel they're used to it. It comes from past lives when they've actually experienced those things, when they're worried about an attack and then it happened, and so they're having difficulties healing the past. Many of them have been through a great amount of trauma in the past on this planet, and so they're so used to the wealthy winning that they're doing everything they know in the old-fashioned. You realize many conspiracy theories are very old-fashioned in a way. It's very it just is. I don't have any examples at this moment, but it is an old-fashioned way of looking at things. Now, when you bring in the spiritual vibration, it is a whole nother world. It's like going back to the time of Merlin, where you can heal those ideas and yes, bring about a lot of magic into your society. That is basically what many of you are doing, reconnecting to your own magic, and many are very fearful of it because it's been abused in your past. And that is also Atlantean memories. Once again, many are afraid only because of a past life fear. So they feel it's just going to happen again, especially the ones doing it. It's like, oh, I remember that one. Oh, I'm not very comfortable with that. And probably because I did see you as not a very kind person in the past. It's a possibility. It's not always the case for everybody. Well, you are renewing your energies. Basically, many of those that, yes, used a great amount of negativity in their past, cleverness, are now using that cleverness for positivity here. Use cleverness for darkness, for stealing, for whatever it might be for their goals. But now in this current world, they are using it for positivity to assist and awake. So using that cleverness to shift, go around those that are manipulating and to heal that vibration to bring in the new timelines. So yes, you are going to a whole new world, but some are, yes, connected to the new earth, but not in the way that... See, the idea is for you to heal society, correct? It's not something you can do overnight. It never was. But realize your message will be heard. It will be felt. Your vibration will be felt. Even if you don't have to say a word, people will feel your energies. Like, you're one of those people that's connected to aliens, aren't you? So some of you can be found out without saying a word. As the word goes out, as you people exist. Right now, many are not noticing you, but over time they will. As it will become an epidemic, and your star children's crystal beings will just become more and more part of your society. And not for villainous reasons, not at all. It's like, we're here, we want the old Earth back, or the new Earth back. The old Earth meaning the Earth with all the magic, all the power. There is magic here now, but it's been used against everyone, as you can see. But you're here to heal that vibration. Now, some aren't believing in magic. Corporations use it on a daily basis to get you to buy their products. Disney uses it all the time. Not much for the adult. Most of the children that become adults that buy their stuff. Manipulation's done on many levels, yes. And it's kind of terrifying at this moment when you really look at how yes, it is funneled through your CIA energies, yes. All your corporations are funneled through your those type of agencies, your CIA, your shadow agencies, to keep the hoax going on. It's only going to last so long. As you begin to snap out of it, you're not here to start a war, but you're here to heal the old programmings. Because many of them are tired of programming humanity and have run their course, and many of them are leaving. They're just not leaving soon enough. So they are still playing with your society, but some of them in these agencies used to be very dark, have become more positive, are assisting many of you to get your message out. Because they know you don't have no harm to anyone. Most of you don't, at least. And your agenda is just to heal the planet, heal the manipulations, and get out of the old cycles. Nothing's going to be perfect. You're never meant to be. But yes, the cycle is over of manipulation. It just takes time to heal each one of you instantly. So it is a journey of how you're going to bring about this change. Nothing is set in stone. Not entirely. Blessings to you all.